On tonight's edition of Newswatch 18, find out about an attempted robbery near campus.
And we'll tell you about the blood drive on campus.
I'll tell you all about the big football game and more in sports.
And we have a perfect week on tap weather-wise. Of all the details tonight on Newswatch 18.
Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 18. I'm Jared Calvert.
And I'm Desirae Trammell. Thanks for joining us.
As you use your phone and laptop, be cautious not to fall victim to a scam. There have been as many as 10 scams in the Ames area in the past few months, according to Ames Police Commander Jeff Huff. The scams have come in the form of internet notifications and phone calls, asking the target person to pay money. Most of the scams are believed to be coming from other states, but some can seem as if they are from the local area. Make sure you question the legitimacy of internet notifications and phone calls to avoid becoming scammed.
The annual College of Agriculture and Life Sciences Week is upon us, and many people and organizations are getting in on the celebrations. The theme for this year is The Year of the Farmer, based on the Dodge Ram commercial that aired during the 2013 Super Bowl. There are numerous activities scheduled every day this week, as well as food on Central Campus. Sponsors include Farmers Cooperative and Iowa Pork, Iowa Farm Bureau, Iowa Beef, and more. For a detailed schedule of events, check out the Cows Week event on Facebook, which can be found on the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences Facebook page.
Ames police are asking the public to help identify a man who tried robbing the Swift Shop convenience store at 6 and Douglas late Sunday evening. According to Ames police, the man entered the store at approximately 11:54 p.m. He approached the counter and pulled out a knife after the cashier refused to open the register. He then fled on foot, heading northwest after he failed to get the register open. The suspect was wearing a dark ski mask, an Iowa State hooded sweatshirt with his hood up, mixed-matched gloves, and sweatpants. Police officials are asking anyone with any information about the incident to please contact them at 515-292-5317.
The ISU blood drive is underway here at Iowa State University. Iowa State is home to one of the largest student-run blood drives in the nation. Each fall, ISU brings in thousands of students, faculty, and community members. The fall blood drive started yesterday and will go until Thursday, October 10th. Doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 5. The blood drive is located in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union, so come to the blood drive today and help save a life.
Sometimes the best way to make a lasting impression is to use a steamroller. Iowa State printmaking students will join students from Augustana College for the 12th annual Steamroller Printmaking event on Friday. Students have spent the past several weeks carving designs onto plywood and fiberboard. On Friday, steamrollers will roll over the ink designs to print them onto fabric. The event will be held at Reuters on Lincoln Way and run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the public is invited to come and watch.
The Healthiest State Initiative is calling all Ames residents and ISU students to help in the effort to make Iowa the healthiest state in the nation. The Healthiest ISU Walk is being held tomorrow at noon, and you can walk with students and faculty alike on one of 9 routes through campus. Healthiest ISU is the university's local version of the Healthiest State Walk, which aims to make Iowa the healthiest state by 2016. You can still sign up by going to www.iowahealthieststate.com and finding the Healthiest ISU Walk.
With homecoming coming up here at Iowa State, the Greek community is gearing up for the festivities. One major event is Yell Like Hell, which is an annual event that is performed within the Greek community as a part of the homecoming ceremonies. Teams of sororities and fraternities are challenged to create the best skit about Iowa State and must perform them in a competition. Judges decide which pairings make it to the final performance on Central Campus, where they paint their entire bodies for the final skits. Yell Like Hell will be performed the first week of November during homecoming week on Central Campus. And now we have Justin at the desk with us. What's going on in the world of sports, Justin?
I'll have all the latest news in the Cyclone sports. Stay right there. You're watching Newswatch 18. Welcome back. I'm Justin Farmer. The number 25 ranked Iowa State women's volleyball team's bid to remain undefeated in Big 12 play came up short this past Saturday. The Cyclones fell to the Oklahoma Sooners in a match that went the distance. The match needed a decisive fifth set as the teams went back and forth in the first 4. The Cyclones battled back all through the set, and a Mackenzie Bigby kill got the Cyclones back to an 11-10 deficit. The Sooners answered right away, though, as they went on a 3-0 run of their own to give themselves match point. The Cyclones fought off 2 match points, but it wasn't enough, as the Sooners took the 5th set 15-12. The Cyclones will return home and look to start another win streak as they play Kansas State this Wednesday. The Cyclone hockey team had a successful trip to Champaign last weekend as they swept the Illinois Fighting Illini. ISU survived a 4-3 shootout Friday night and followed that up by shutting Illinois out 3-0 Saturday night. Iowa State's Mike Leskin scored the first goal Saturday night in the first period, and John Fievel finished the game in the third period with 2 goals. Defenseman Corey Sellers was named the Cyclone Player of the Week for his defensive performance after laying out over a dozen hits over the 2 games. Sellers' physical performance helped put a fear in the Fighting Illini that gave the Cyclones an advantage not usually found by a visiting team. The 8th-ranked Cyclones take on Central Oklahoma this weekend. The Iowa State men's golf team climbed 4 spots in the final round of the David Toms Intercollegiate this past Sunday to finish runner-up for a 3rd straight tournament. Junior All-American Scott Fernandez paced the Cyclones as he fired a 2-under 70 in the final round, placing him in a tie for 3rd in the medalist race. The Cyclones also got strong contributions from freshman Nick Vogt, who finished in a tie for 7th, and freshman Ruben St. Jaha, who finished in a tie for 19th. The Cyclones have now cracked the nation's top 25 as they are ranked number 25. The Cyclones will close out their fall season at the Bridgestone Golf Collegiate on October 26th. 1 point stood in the way of the Cyclone football team in their first home win of the season last Thursday night inside Jack Trice Stadium. The turning point in the game came in the 4th quarter with only a few minutes remaining. Iowa State had a chance to make it a 2-possession game if they scored, but a goal line stand from the Texas defense forced the Cyclones to settle for a field goal, only putting them up 6. Texas then marched down the field, and a Case McCoy quarterback sneak tied the game at 30 with 51 seconds left. They tacked on the extra point and took the lead 31-30. The Cyclones got the ball back and started to move down the field, but a costly interception from Sam Richardson sealed the win for the Longhorns. The Cyclones return to the field this Saturday as they travel to Texas Tech. And that's all I've got for you on Cyclone Sports. Hey Corey, what's the weather looking like?
Well, it's been a perfect week so far, but we did manage to break a couple of records over the weekend, including one right here in Central Iowa. I'll tell you all about it next in your Newswatch 18 forecast. And welcome back to Newswatch 18, everyone. I'm Corey Harguth with a look at your forecast. Now, we were lucky enough across Iowa to not see any snow over the weekend, but the system that brought severe weather to northwestern Iowa dropped quite a bit of snow across South Dakota. Beulah, 58 inches. Lead, 55 inches. Deadwood, 48. Sturgis, 35. Hill City, 32 inches. Rapid City came out of that with 31 inches. And just to get an idea of how big the snowfall was, the last time they had a record-breaking snow in October, they had 2 inches out of it. So they only broke the record by about all that much. But like I said, we were lucky enough here in Iowa to not break that record. Well, there it goes. But in Des Moines, they actually broke a rainfall record for Friday during the day. They had 2.26 inches of rain. That breaks the old record of 2.07 set back in 1941. So quite a bit of rain across much of the state. However, up here in Ames, we did not see nearly as much. Here's how our temperatures panned out throughout today. We started off fairly cool this morning, down in the upper 40s and into the 50s. And right around the mid-afternoon, we got up to our high right around 76 degrees, and now we are starting to drop down into the low 70s, and many of us into the 60s here at this 8 o'clock hour on Tuesday night. We'll look around the local area for temperatures right now. It's 64 in Des Moines, 63 in Perry. Same thing in Crescent and 66 in Carroll. We'll move slightly up to the north, and it's going to be much of the same. 66 in Fort Dodge, 64 in Iowa Falls. Here in Ames, we are sitting at 63 degrees with winds blowing out of the south-southeast right around 10 miles per hour. Zooming out, look at the rest of the state. Mason City, you're sitting at 63. Fort Dodge, as I said, 66. Our warm spot out in Sioux City, 70 degrees still, as they're starting to get a little more of that cloud cover moving in. And since the sun has gone down, that's going to help keep them warmer as we move into the overnight hours. 66 in Council Bluffs, and Des Moines, you're starting to see a few more of the clouds as well. 64 degrees for your temperature right now. The winds have been blowing out of the south-southeast all day long, much stronger up to the north. 13-mile-an-hour winds in Mason City. Same thing in Fort Dodge. 15 miles per hour in Sioux City. 16 miles an hour in Council Bluffs, and 12-mile-an-hour winds right now in Waterloo. We'll go ahead and look at our highs for today. Pretty much everyone got up into the middle to upper 70s, unless you're out in Sioux City. 80 degrees was your high today, 77 in Council Bluffs, 77 in Fort Dodge and Mason City. Same thing in Des Moines. As I said, we got up to 76 here in Ames, so an absolutely perfect day and well above average for as we're approaching the middle of October. It's going to be another cool night tonight. Many of us are going to be in the middle and lower 50s, but just out to our west, we're going to have several 40s. We'll look for 49 in Waterloo and Ottumwa and 47 in Davenport overnight tonight. Much of the same thing for what we saw today moving into our midweek Wednesday. 78 in Fort Dodge, 75 in Mason City, 79 in Sioux City, 77 in Council Bluffs, and 74 in Ottumwa for your high on Wednesday. The futurecast shows a whole lot of nothing out there because of this high pressure that's sitting over the region, and it's going to be there pretty much the entire rest of this week. The closest we're going to get is moving into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Oh, there's a couple of clouds. They're going to try to work their way into the state, but they're going to be pushed away by that high pressure, and it's going to be a lot of what we've been seeing today as we move through the rest of the week, and you'll see that in 7-day in just a minute. Overnight tonight, we're going to look for mostly clear skies. Another chilly night as we get down to about 50 degrees and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Another beautiful day for your Wednesday. 75 degrees, but it's going to be breezy with winds blowing out of the south-southeast at 10 to 15. And here is your 7-day forecast. 75 for the day on Wednesday. And let's go ahead and plan out the day a little bit more. We'll bring up our day planner here. So by 8 a.m. we'll look for about 52 degrees, 68 by noon, and 73 degrees by the time we hit 5 o'clock and the dinner hour, with hardly any clouds in the sky yet again for your Wednesday. We'll go back and look at the rest of the 7-day forecast. 76 for Thursday. We bring in a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms on Friday, 75 degrees. Saturday, it's another Cyclone game day, and we'll take a look at the forecast down in Texas as we take on Texas Tech. And here we go, 11 o'clock start time down at Jones AT&T Stadium, 64 degrees with mostly sunny skies as we move into game time. And as we get back to the 7-day forecast, 68 is going to be our high for Saturday, and that's going to be their temperature right around midday down in Texas, so definitely much warmer down there. 68 by the time we hit Sunday, and much of the same, cooler, closer to average down into the middle 60s with just a couple of clouds hanging around for Monday and Tuesday. That's a look at weather. Jared, back to you.
Don't miss the chance to register for the first annual Ames Live in Color 5K run. The run is part of Homecoming 2013 and adds some color to the annual Homecoming Blue Sky Day 5K. The run is scheduled for the morning of Saturday, November 2nd, but time is running out to get your name, and registration is $22 and ends this Friday. So act now if you want to get your Ames Live in Color event t-shirt and participate in the run that will now include color stations along the route through campus.
And that's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch 18.
Make sure to join us on Thursday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great Tuesday night, Ames.